Afternoon, everybody. How are we doing?
Hi, guys.
Okay. Cool. So we'll preview this Sunday's game against Aston Villa. Tim, as your hand is already raised, we'll start with you. If anybody else could just raise their hand to ask a question, that would be great.
Hi, Joe.
Tim, how are you?
Not too bad, thank you. Not too bad at all.
What's the weather like where you are?
A little bit on the kind of cloudy and overcast side.
It's magnificent at London Colney. Beautiful.
Oh, nice.
The sun is out. It's incredible.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Hopefully that's important of good things to come this weekend. My first question is about Katie McCabe. Fantastic news that she signed a new contract.
Yeah.
I think certainly my player of the season, and I think a lot of other Arsenal fans feel that way. What do you think the next step is now for Katie, particularly as she's going to be playing under a new manager next season? As you kind of leave her into someone else's care, what do you see as the next step in Katie's career?
Well, look, I think, these are all the challenges as professional footballers. There are going to be changes. There are going to be managerial changes. There are going to be, differences. I just hope that she uses the base attitude and the base work ethic and just the base, belief and desire to make herself better. She's now got a real opportunity to go the next step. She will be, she's already the captain of her country, but she will be, I think, a real leader at this club. She'll be definitely part of the leadership group going forward. And, I wouldn't be surprised if she one day becomes the captain of Arsenal Women's.
And just on the game this weekend, obviously Villa are in a position where they probably need a point to definitely secure safety. And we've seen how they've been playing under Marcus Bignot. I mean, I'm expecting them to kind of play maybe 5, maybe 10 at the back and really, really fight tooth and nail for that point. Is that what you're expecting from them this weekend?
Yeah, they're in a position probably a little bit different to us, where the pressure's on, where we're playing with very little pressure, and obviously we still have we want to achieve certain goals in getting to that 50 points. We want to make sure we finish the season in the way that we've been going over the last few weeks, and. But look, we probably do expect that they will be a little bit more, conservative in terms of not giving us much room and much space in our attacking third. But look, we've come up against that before, and we're just going to try to make sure that we do what we need to do to get through.
And before I come on to my last question, can I just ask quickly? Around injuries, is with Lisa Evans, Vicky Schneiderbeck and Jen Beattie, are we likely to see them before the end of the season?
Not likely. Jen and Vicky definitely. Look, Lisa's sort of starting to get back on the pitch, but it's probably not worth pushing her at this point. Considering all situations, and they can start now planning for the season ahead and get themselves right.
Okay, and then my very definite final question: with increased interest and coverage in women's football, there's increased transfer speculation and things like that. And there's been some reports circulating this week, both about Marlene Götze potentially feeling homesick and wanting to go back to Switzerland. And there are reports about Gilles Roord and Wolfsburg. Are you in a position to comment on either of their futures?
No, I can't. I can't comment on their futures at the moment. They are basically still Arsenal players for the next few games and until the end of the month. And I suppose those things will be sorted out in due course.
No worries. Cheers, Joe. Speak to Sunday.
Thanks, Tim.
Thank you, Tim. Alex, next, please.
Hi, Joe. How are you?
Alex, how you going?
Not too bad, thanks. I'm kind of following up on one of Tim's questions there. We're obviously expecting Aston Villa to kind of, just fight for their life, basically, for that point that they need. How do you balance that in the camp? How do you balance, obviously it's the last WSL day. You said you had no pressure. It's about enjoying, the team enjoying themselves, but at the same time, getting that success at the end of the season. So how do you balance that as a coach, the psychological aspect of that?
Yeah, look, I think it's an interesting question because obviously there is a lot of the pressure is off, and obviously we're probably enjoying ourselves in regards to the last couple of weeks to make sure that we finish it on a high in regards to playing it our way and playing our style, which is really, really important. And look, as I said, it's just one of those things where we're going to probably approach not thinking too much about Villa, not thinking too much about their scenario, and make sure that we continue in our way. But look, I mean, it's probably a difficult thing to sort of, I wouldn't say focus on the game, because the players know the importance of the 3 points and finishing the season in the best way possible. But the most important thing is to make sure that we go out and focus on ourselves.
And the final day of the league is here. How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, look, I suppose a lot of emotions are going through my mind at the moment. It's going to be the last game. It's a league game at Boreham Wood, and look, I probably just am thinking about all the great things and all the amazing adventures we've been on in the last 3.5 years. And I just want to really enjoy these last few games or last couple of games, and just get the most out of spending some really enjoyable time with the players and staff that have meant so much to me over the last 3 years. And
following up on Tim's question as well as on the injury, maybe some of the injuries gave you a bit of less of a headache in choosing your formations. But is there any new injury news ahead of the last 2 games?
No, everyone's flying fit. Everyone's in really good shape at the moment. I suppose the last few weeks have culminated in us being able to keep the squad together and keep it healthy and ticking over. So it's been good.
All right. Cheers, Joe. Good luck on the weekend.
Thanks, Alex.
Thanks, Alex. Art next, please.
Hi, Joe. How you doing?
Art, how you going, my friend?
I'm good, thanks. I haven't had a haircut.
I like that dude, man. I like that dude. That one is my favorite.
I've been thinking of getting it cut, but I'm not sure yet.
No, what are you doing, man? No, leave it.
Thanks, but so my first question basically was, obviously you've been very big on progression planning, I guess we'll call it. And for the next manager coming in, I just wanted to hear from your viewpoint how important Champions League football was for that progression.
Oh, look, I think, that progression, I suppose that succession is very, very important. You always want to leave the team in the best way possible, in the best shape possible. And I'm sure that the next manager coming in will run with that and do a better job, I hope. I hope it gets it to the next level and where they can progress quite a lot in Champions League. So Champions League has to be the staple diet, has to be the base of Arsenal's achievements every year. But I think the biggest message for me is that it's shown that we are still in that top echelon of football, both in England and in Europe, and that's been important when there were a few, I think, doubters around January, February, whether we were able to keep up or not. But I think it's laid a good platform to get better. It's laid a good platform to make sure that this is the reality of where we're at, and then the next manager can come in and add another layer and run with it and hopefully improve on it.
Yeah, and I know in the world of sport it can be quite hard to, I guess, live in each moment. Obviously, knowing that your time is coming to an end at Arsenal, has that become easier since you've known that you're leaving at the end of the season or not?
I think, it's a good question, because I think it was really, really important to me to announce it, quite early, so that the club could start the process straight away to find someone, that they believe is going to take it to the next level. I think for the players, I think it was really, really important that the players, were able to digest the information and then make their decisions accordingly, but also get used to it and prepare themselves, and also the staff. So, my decision to announce it, relatively early, I think was done in the best interest of everyone. And, I'm very comfortable with that and very happy with that. And it's also given me, enough time to assess things and see where I'm heading and what I'm doing in the future.
Yeah, and last question from me. A lot of my questions to you over the past couple of years have been about where certain players are playing and what spaces they're picking up. I was just wondering, was that use of players in different roles something you did throughout your coaching career, or has it been mostly something that's cropped up at Arsenal?
Very much so. I mean, I've always been one that's it's not so much about whether you play a 4-4-2 or 4-3-3 or whatever system you play. It's about players getting in good positions to A, receive the ball from a pass, and B, be in a position to pass the ball in a good area. So, it's been quite normal that we have a lot of flexibility in our way. It's about creating overloads. It's about creating an extra player in an area of danger. And to do that, you have to have good positioning. So that's why sometimes you'll see fullbacks come right inside. Sometimes you'll see wingers drop very, very low, because that's what that moment needs. That's what that pattern or that phase needs. So the fluidity for me is normal. It's always been part of my coaching, and the great thing about it is that when you've got the quality of players that you have at Arsenal, to be able to take it to the next level, that's what really pleased me.
Cheers, Joe.
Perfect, Art. Good to see you, mate.
You too.
Thanks, Art. And finally, Glenn, please.
Hi, Joe.
Hey, Glenn. You're always last or second last or something of these conversations. It's good. You just like to listen and get a bit of ideas.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Plus also
feel the conference, see how it's going,
Feel the mood. Plus also I was doing Brighton, so I got here.
I like that. You were a midfielder when you used to play, for sure. Assess the game, look at the game.
Still play, yeah.
Slowly. Still play, yeah.
Slowly, though. This is your last WSL game at Arsenal. If you were to come back here in, say, 5 years, I mean, I'll soon be back before then, but if you came back in 5 years, how do you expect the league to look in terms of its competitive balance, perhaps, its level, and compared to the rest of Europe?
I think it will definitely take a leap in terms of, again, another layer of quality of football, because I think there is a batch of young players coming through that will be, the mainstay of a lot of the clubs. So it's exciting from a local perspective, because you're seeing players like Ruby Mace, coming through that level of footballer. So I think that's going to be the exciting thing. So a lot more quality English players coming through, because they've been able to find game time and being able to be in environments like, I'll obviously take Arsenal as an example, where they've been around world-class players, top players. So I do believe the next batch of young players coming through is going to be of a really high level. So that'll be really, really fantastic. I hope that stadia will be a normality, playing in the big stadiums. I hope that the normality of playing at Anfield or at the Emirates will be normal, and something that is just part of women's football. But look, obviously the excitement and crowds and the brand of football, it's growing so rapidly, and that's what excites me, because the football has to be of high quality. We always have to talk football. We always have to talk about the standard of the game, and that's for me important. So as long as that keeps improving, everything else will push with it.
I mean, more specifically on Arsenal, I mean, apart from your triumph in 2019, Chelsea and City have won every title since 2014. Do you think Arsenal will be able to keep pace with those two and also resist United?
I think so. I think there's been enough happen over the last 2-3 years to assess, where we're at, where the reality of the game's growing, to gather enough information to learn on how we need to go forward. So I do think there are a lot of things happening in the background in terms of processes that will allow us to go forward. So I'm really confident, and I'm happy at the points where they're at in assessing all that, and the desire for the club to bring it forward.
When are you going back? Have you got some good books for quarantine?
Oh, look, we'll have a look at that. But look, all good from that perspective.
I can recommend Australian cricketers tend to write very big books. It'll take you a week each.
The cricket ones, yeah, look, a bit of cricket.
They write enormous books. Thanks for your time, Joe, and best of luck in the future.
All the best, Glenn.
Thank you, Glenn. Do we have any more questions from anyone else before we wrap this up? Okay, brilliant. I'll send out this recording as soon as I can. Thanks all for attending, and we will see you after this Sunday's game.
Thanks, guys. All the best, huh?
Cheers, Joe.
Cheers, Joe.